Welcome back, and this is the last video of this series of How to Love Yourself series, and there will be furthermore videos of me talking about different parts of self-development and mental health. This is just something I wanted to do for such a long time, and I just decided to put it out. Whether it's perfect or not, I decided to put it out because it's been itching my brain so much. But before we get into today's topic, which is gratitude and our physical body, let's first talk about, not let's first talk about, let's recap what we've learned in the past 2 to 3 videos. Okay, in episode 1, the episode was about affirmations and positive self talk. How affirmations, affirming yourself positively, or at least bringing yourself to believe that positive things could happen for you and affirming the possibility of good things happening for you, and actually gaining, putting yourself in a positive headspace. And the goal of that was to be able to constantly remove yourself from a negative headspace and put yourself into a positive headspace. Being able to put yourself in a positive headspace just makes this journey to self-love easier, the journey to confidence easier. And also, why I included positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is something that you have to implement in every moment, waking moment of your life. It's much easier to be a negative person or to think negatively because the world always affirms negativity. And but trying to replace a negative thought with a positive thought makes us more confident, makes us much more positive, makes us more, let's say, be much more grateful. And it increases one's confidence, it increases your self-esteem. I know when people talk about self-love, that's the last thing they talk about. They should talk about self-respect. But self-respect does come later on, but you first have to have the courage to be positive. With a positive mindset come positive things, because you can, to be positive, you want positivity to come out of your life, so you want to attract positivity. So by trying to attract positivity, you have to be positive, you have to be a magnet for that. Then moving on, the next video, the next episode 2 was about, I think it is one of my favorite episodes, even though I was stuck in the whole time, which is confidence and tawakkul. Confidence really manifests differently in different people, and that's the message I wanted to get across with that, because everyone's image of confidence is really idealistic and it's more so physical confidence and not actual confidence, because most of the time you want to be confident in what you have to showcase to the world, in what you have to do, in your abilities, in yourself, having confidence to just exist as yourself. And that was the main key point I wanted you guys to take out from the video: to be comfortable. Confidence in oneself is to be comfortable with who you are, or comfortable with the process of becoming who you want to be. And so many people, so many times we overlook how important confidence and being secure in who we are, how that breathes into so many aspects of our lives. Because when you become confident in yourself, you are secure knowing that you're okay with making a mistake, maybe failing at something, but you're secure knowing that, okay, I failed now, but I will get to the winning point. I will succeed at this one day. And being able to pour into yourself allows you to be able to pour into your projects wholeheartedly. And one thing that we want to cultivate when we do something is to do it out of passion, to do it because we actually care about what we're doing, and pour into ourselves and into others and into our abilities, our capabilities that way. And being insecure really holds a lot back. And why I actually added tawakkul into being insecure in category, no, putting tawakkul and confidence into one video is because we didn't create ourselves, we were created. And not even trying and neglecting to take care of ourselves is we basically neglecting our creator, because we always hating who we are created as, when our creator saw it fit to create us as we are. I'm not saying we shouldn't change to be better, but we are human, we are always changing, and we should always change towards something positive and something we are proud of. And just hating yourself is It's like saying your creator is not good enough for creating you that way. It's almost like astaghfirullah. And we don't want that, because how are we showing love to everyone else? We are trying to make everyone else feel good about themselves, but we can't even make ourselves feel good about ourselves. And there's also the stigma of loving yourself is something is equated to conceitedness. You're not conceited for loving yourself. You are creation of Allah. How can you love everything Allah has created but you overlook yourself? You are creation too, and you are deserving of love, especially love that comes from you to you. You need can't always expect these gifts, this kindness from everyone else. We also need self-validation to some extent. And let's get into today's video. I think we have the gist of all the videos that I've made currently, and let's get into today's video, which is gratitude and physical body. Sadly, self-hate has become a ritual. Hating ourselves, hating our current environment, just hating everything, and just wishing we could be at the end goal already is the ritual that we all constantly practice. Affirming ourselves negatively, constantly practice that, because it's easy, it comes easily, and it's easy to find someone else affirming themselves negatively, and no one is telling the next person like, hey, you know, actually, my life might currently suck, but I don't think it's something to be sad about. I believe that my life will get better, and I believe that I can work on systems to make my life better. And hey, it sucks, but I'm grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful that I can experience level 1, so that when I'm at level 2, I can appreciate level 2. And you might be thinking, okay, what's with the negativity? I'm just trying to get across to you, because there is this practice. This practice, every religion has it, everyone does it. It's so popularized on social media. Also, it's called gratitude. You've heard of her? Wow. Gratitude. Gratitude is so groundbreaking and life-changing. I'm not gonna go in depth with gratitude, but it's a practice that I would love for each every one of us to practice. Foremostly, being grateful. What are the benefits of being grateful? Someone who is grateful, they are more appreciative of their circumstances. They are more positive. They are more open for change and growth. When you are grateful, when you practice the ritual of gratitude, you are more content with life. You are more at ease with who you are, where you are. You are more positive, and it lessens the likeliness of depression, because one thing about depression is that you aren't grateful at some point when it comes to depression. There is some aspect to it. This, I'm not saying this summarizes the whole of depression, just some aspect to depression. Also, it's being ungrateful. And I want to say something. When I was depressed, or when I'm feeling the most low, and I just start listing the things that I am grateful for, and I realize I have so much to be grateful for. As people, as a creation, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took his time creating us, and we have so many things to be grateful for. You might not like your current living situation, but there's a roof over your head, alhamdulillah. You might not like how you look now, but your body functions and works for you and works with you. You don't like you don't appreciate you're not appreciating that your nose functions properly, that you can breathe air, you can inhale and exhale. You don't need a machine set up to you so you can inhale and exhale. um Most of us don't appreciate that we are able to walk, use our legs to walk. Even if we can't use our legs to walk, we are able to travel. We're able to move from here to there freely. As living in South Africa, we have freedom of speech. You can't speak up against things that don't make you happy. We have that. You are able to go to school. You're allowed to go to school. And that's something we all overlook, because we think, since it's something that seems generalized, that everyone has it. Not everyone has it. And there's also a lot of people that aren't allowed to even go to school. There are some countries women aren't allowed to go to school. Here we are allowed to go to school. And so many people don't have the privilege of going to school, of learning, of reading, of writing, and we overlook that, and we become so ungrateful to the things that we view as mundane. And that's the thing, none of us want to be mundane, want to admit that we have a mundane and normal human life. We have a problem with being normal. Being normal scares us, but being ordinary and being normal is a starting point for everyone. If you want to, even if you want to be extraordinary, you have to start being ordinary first and appreciating your ordinary, your normal. Currently you are not you don't you currently, if you don't have the gold medal that you wanted, you aren't the top scorer on your school finals, you aren't working in the big corporate job that you wanted to work in, you aren't at a place where you view as success per se, as a place that you view as success, you aren't comfortable with that, and you feel as though, if I'm not successful, if I'm not on top, why should I be grateful? I'm at the bottom barrel. There's nothing to be grateful for. Because, and I feel like one thing that popularized this type of thinking, it's when we look at celebrities, because pop culture is everywhere. We look at celebrities, and when they win these big awards, that's when you hear them saying, I thank my family, I am grateful to God for winning this award. You never hear them say when they're starting or in the middle of their career, when they're not winning awards, that they're grateful to still have a career. No one is grateful for the process. We have to be grateful for the process. We have to be grateful for each and every thing that we have each and every living day, because gratitude brings so much peace and contentedness to someone. Honestly, when you're going through it or you're having the worst of times, just be grateful. Just list things you are grateful for. The most random things you can even list at, okay, I am grateful that that old woman that sits on the corner is still alive and greeting me every day. That's something to be grateful for. You are grateful that you have people who make you feel good about yourself, who make you feel happy. You are grateful for watching this channel and getting some positive advice. You are grateful, like, to be able to see. There is so many things to be grateful for. And one of the pros, and in my previous video of what was the previous video, confidence and tawakkul, I spoke about how to be I spoke about the recipe for success. And in the recipe I wrote, you have to pray, repent, and put in action, and that equals success. And also, one aspect of success that I forgot to mention, but I'm mentioning now, is gratitude. The recipe, when you're making dua, this is when you're making dua, when you're praying. The first thing is you make gratitude. You send shukr to whatever you are grateful for, and that portion should be bigger, and that list should be longer than what you are asking for. So you make dua for you make dua for what you are grateful for, and then part two of making dua is you repenting, asking Allah for forgiveness, asking God for forgiveness for whatever you've done, or just general forgiveness, because you don't have to commit like a major sin to ask for forgiveness. You don't know what sins you commit sometimes, so you can ask Allah to forgive me for the things you've been ignorant of, etc., etc. And then the third aspect to this is asking for what you want, and your ask should be smaller than what you are grateful for, because Allah has given you so many things that I'm looking at. The mundane is something to be grateful for, because when you're wealthy, you have a lot more responsibilities. When you are extraordinary, you have a lot pinned up against you. You aren't sure if you are ready for the extraordinary life, for the big, larger than life aspect of life. You don't know, and Allah knows you best, and Allah gives you what is best for you. Even if you ask, let's say you want a pair of Nikes. No, that's a bad example. I don't deal with sneakers. Let's say you want the new Chloe boot. The Chloe boot or the Sailor Moon boots. I want those shoes so bad. Oh my god. Those Sailor Moon boots that were viral recently. And your current situation, you actually right now, you broke, you aren't earning, you aren't like getting a Sailor Moon boot wouldn't match your current situation. But instead, Allah gives you a boot that has no name brand on it, but it's still pretty. It still looks good, and you can still rock it and look good. Whatever. Allah answered you but answered it in a way that's best for you and fits your current situation. Because what are you doing walking around with a shoe that costs over 10K and you still take taxi? That doesn't make sense. Allah gives you what is best for you and what you are ready for at the place that you are at. And with that, I want to say you should still be grateful. It's a no branch. You should be grateful. Alhamdulillah. Ya Allah, Alhamdulillah for granting me this. Sometimes you might make a dua and you feel like nothing came out of it, and you still be making this dua for so long. At some point, you just need to give it up and say, okay, I trust in Allah's plan. And maybe this wasn't good for me currently, but when I am in a space where I'm ready for this, Allah will grant it for me. And I'm going off topic, but this still has to do with gratitude. It's gratitude and tawakkul. All my videos are connected, so if it sounds off topic, it's still on topic. It still has to do with self-love. You still have to be grateful. And with self-love, a lot of people hate how they look. A lot of people hate their bodies. And I'm not gonna say you shouldn't hate yourself. You should just start loving yourself. I'm talking about your physical body. You should start loving yourself. I'm just like, I'm gonna be for real. Let's say you low-key are insecure about your body. You are insecure about your body. Fine. Nothing of it. It's not overtaking your mind or your brain space. But then someone or people just feel comfortable starting to point out your insecurities, making fun of you, mocking you for the way you look or the way you were created as. And now it starts affirming something negative and growing something dark within you. You start like completely hating yourself, feeling ashamed of how you look, of who you are. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. Feeling ashamed of how you look. You are scared to take up space because you don't want to be seen, because you're like, oh my gosh, I can't be seen. I look like this, that, and the other. Like, you just want to hide from the world, and you don't know what to do with yourself. And if you are at that space, don't worry, I have your back. I have your back. Up till now, the videos I've made, the series I've made, I was focusing on your internal feeling of yourself, internal self-love. But I haven't spoken on how the external factors truly affect you. And like I mentioned previously, it affects you badly. You just feel like hiding yourself, just crawling under somewhere. You don't feel like showing up to the world. You feel like when you're walking with people, you feel like you're taking so much space, and you don't want to take so much space because you don't want to be seen. Or you avoid situations that you know, or even innocent interactions, with the assumption that maybe these people are going to make fun of me, they're going to put me on the spot, they're going to humiliate me, or you have so many humiliating experiences that you can't even trust other people or even yourself. And I want to say, I hear you and I see you, and that's the worst position anyone could ever be in. And for anyone to be able to feel comfortable to put someone in that position, oh my gosh, I just ask Allah to forgive them. Because what? The amount of undoing, unlearning, and developing that you have to go through because of someone's words is just always so unfair to me. But let's start with the work. One thing that brings about is you disappreciate who you are. You overlook what you can do, how special you are. You overlook your uniqueness. You overlook what you can bring to the table. You overlook how precious you are, or the gift you have that you can give to the world, because everyone has a unique gift that they can offer to the world. Maybe it might not be unique, but it's still something that you can offer up to the world. And just hiding yourself and crawling under the carpet and just hiding away from the world, you are depriving everyone else of you. And the spaces that we are in truly impact us negatively or positively. And for most, if you are at this place where you feel uncomfortable with your body, you aren't happy with your body, you are displeased with your environment, you're displeased of where you are, and it's it's just unpleasant. I can relate so much because I was there once. And one thing that changed for me is I asked myself, no, I didn't ask myself. I read a book. This book was called 30 Days How to Love Yourself in 30 Days. That's a lie. That took so much longer. I was like on exercise day 10 and I just stopped because the exercises were so they seemed lighthearted, but actually going through them was so brutal. Like the exercise that really got me was write a letter to your younger self. And wow, writing a letter to my younger self actually changed my perspective so much, because younger me wasn't obsessed with my body, wasn't obsessed with how I looked, but more obsessed with what I wanted out of life. And that just like rewired something in my brain. And then I think the third exercise in the book was massage your feet. And they gave a little explanation like how many times do we even massage our feet, take the time to nurture and massage our feet when our feet literally carry us throughout the day. And I was just like, oh wow, I actually undermined my body so much. And then I massaged my feet. And the last exercise that I did that had to do with your body was um the last exercise was write a letter to your body, and write a letter to your body to tell it how much you appreciate it. Like to each body part, you write a letter as to how much you appreciate it. And wow, I was just like, it's everything is much bigger and deeper than your looks. There are so many superficial people out in this world, and people that put all out these superficial or their insecurities onto you. And you need to look at your body as something much more important than how it's looked at and how it's perceived, because your body is subject to change. It's just up to you to put in that effort to change it. But your focus when it comes to your body shouldn't be on the superficial aspect of it, because at some point you need to take care of your body. Taking care of your body might be exercising, and not even exercising to lose weight, but just exercising to maintain health, to maintain your heart, because you need to maintain your heart rate by exercising, doing some cardio. And none of it has to do with sculpting or weightlifting. You just need to do exercise to and exercise boosts your mood, releases endorphins, and makes you so puts you in such a good space and makes it easy for you to be more productive. And aside from that, taking care of recognizing what each body part does for you, each role it plays for you, makes you see yourself from a more higher level. Because currently you see yourself from a superficial level. You aren't the people who mock you. You are you. You should see yourself for the value that you have to offer, and not for the superficial state that or superficial standards that people have put onto you and onto your body. You are deserving of love, and your body does what it needs to do. Your body functions how it should function, and it works for you. You just need to work with your body. You need to recognize that these hands might help me carry loads. My mouth allows me to speak. My complexion does not define what I can do. My capabilities are beyond how I look. You have so much to offer. Please don't limit yourself the way these ideals of people, these superficial ideals that people put onto you, don't limit yourself in and box yourself into their ideals. Because when you're creating a masterpiece, you're creating a masterpiece. No one should look at your body and be like, oh no. You shouldn't even look at your body and be like, oh my gosh, my body's not nice for me to be able to build this, make a sculpture of a house. What does your body have to do with it? The only thing your body has to do with it is your hands, how your hands are working with you, how your mind, how you're pouring into your passion, how you're pouring into your creativity, your love for what you're doing is pouring into the work you are producing. And as a human being, you are producing, letting out, expressing yourself in so many ways. Your expression counts. To some degree, in some spaces, yes, how you look does matter, but it shouldn't matter so much to the point where you attach your value to how you look, because your looks are gonna fade. Your looks are gonna fade. You're gonna grow. Your looks are gonna fade. They're gonna change. You're gonna grow into some. You're gonna look different from when you were a teenager, from when you were 20, from when you were 30. You're just gonna be constantly changing. And to attach such superficial ideals onto yourself is just really something toxic for you. Set yourself free. Be grateful for who you are, for what you were created as. And if you have a certain goal as to how you want to look, how you want your body to look, don't make that goal overrule everything else that you are able to do for yourself with your body, your skills, your talents, your desires. Don't let that run over everything else. Don't place the price of beauty above everything else. Take care of yourself. Wash your body. Do what you need to do. Freshen up. But don't make beauty the sole purpose. Don't make beauty the main character of your life. You are the main character. You, all of you, your internal, your external. Allow them to work together with your mind and with yourself. Um, I think that's it for today's video. See you next time. And also, I'm kind of slacking myself because look at my skin. It's breaking out so badly. Look at it. I need to get back on my journey. I need to get back on my dean. I want to try new routines. So I think the next videos are going to be vlogs of me trying new routines that I could be able to sustain. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, the final video of the series. I will be making more, but it won't be in series form. And please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.